What is up, Z fam? Welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my first initial thoughts on the new update on Verdansk coming back and the game and the state of the game and how it feels and how it flows after playing for 8 straight hours. And I'm still playing right now. I'm still continuing. We're live right now. I'm recording this right now as we speak. First and foremost, I got to say this. I've been saying this all day on stream. Listen, guys, you know that I do not stray away from shit talking this game. We've done it many times throughout the years. Whenever they're not doing things correctly and they're going in a completely different direction than Warzone ever should go, I'm always going to speak my mind, and I've always spoke my mind on those things. But I can't just always shit talk when they just to shit talk. Like when they actually do things correctly and they're going in the right trajectory, in the right direction, I have to admit it. I have to say that. And with this update, this is without a doubt one of the best updates that they've ever done to Warzone, period. Not only are we going back to Verdansk, we have, it's not just an exact same feel of the game, but it is very similar. Obviously, we have Omni movement. It's not the old school movement, but if you guys have noticed these last patch notes, they've slowed the game down to a large degree. They've slowed it down a significant amount by doing things such as making plates a little more scarce, cash is a little more scarce. The actual movement of the game is slowed down a little bit as well. And then on top of that, no balloons. The amount of like ways to rotate around the map has slowed down significantly, but they've replaced that, the balloons, etc., by going back to the old style of vehicles. The vehicles feel great right now. The helicopter feels fantastic. I found it was a little bit hard to chop people up. I think it used to be a little bit easier, but they feel incredible. They feel way better than the vehicles were feeling before. The weapons, the Kilo, the AMAX, the GRAW, the HDR, all of these weapons feel incredible. One-shot sniping is back. The GRAW feels incredible. It's just a laser beam. The AMAX is a little bit of recoil, but does a little more damage. And the Kilo is also a little bit of an in-between. It does, it's like a laser beam. It does a little bit less damage than the AMAX, but because it's a laser beam, you hit more shots and it ends up kind of evening out. I think the balance right now is incredible, and I'm just having a good time, man. Like I like to judge it off of that as well. Like, am I having fun? I'm having a fantastic time on the game. The actual way the game plays now with just those, all of the changes from this new patch, you can genuinely feel the difference. You really, really can feel the difference. And obviously going back to Verdansk is just a treat because obviously it's very nostalgic, but in my personal opinion, it's still the best battle royale map that we've had out of all the maps we've had. If I had to rank them all, I'd go Verdansk, I'd go Al Mazrah, and I'm not talking about Warzone 2. That was the worst game and iteration of the game, but the map itself was fantastic. Just from a core map design standpoint, Verdansk, Al Mazrah, Caldera, Riousx. I think Riousx was terrible. I kind of thought I liked it at first, and then the more I had to play it, and maybe it was just because we were forced to play it for the last 2 years instead of having a new map this entire time with BO6, with the release of BO6 Warzone, I just despise that map now, and I'm just happy that we're back on a map that feels incredible. They've done other things to slow the pace down too. The redeploy flares, the gulag tokens, the redeploy buy station, deployable buy stations, all of these things have been taken out of the game. The only way you have to get back in is by your teammates buying you back, winning your gulag, and that's it. Those are the only 2 ways you can get back into the game. Once you lose your gulag, you can only get bought back. It's $4,000 now, and money's a lot more scarce. So if I'm being honest with you, they're doing a lot of the things that I've been saying they need to do for a while. Something that I noticed that the BR experience did as a whole for a very long time is they started going in this direction of like being basically a glorified resurgence game mode, if you guys get what I'm trying to say. Buybacks were 3K. Gulag tokens came out of just about every chest. Jailbreaks happened almost every game. Flares were all over the map. Redeploy buy stations were all over the map. There was infinite ways to get back into the game. And now that they're pulling that back again and making the life more valuable, the BR experience is actually feeling like a BR experience. And I'm having a blast. I don't want you guys to take my word for this, obviously. I want you guys to get your boys that you grinded with in Verdansk. I want you to put an OG squad back together and try it for yourselves and come up with your own opinion. I'm just trying to give you my viewpoint on the last 8 hours of gameplay I put into it since it came out. I'm personally having a great time. I really, really, really am praying that they continue to go in this direction. Please do not try to reinvent the wheel by doing Warzone 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please just keep it where it is right now and slowly but surely nurture it into a beautiful flower blooms. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Just don't try to reinvent the wheel. I think where they have it right now is in a great spot, but as long as they continue to implement new content, new weapons, new POI changes, etc., and new game modes, I just think we're in for a treat, man. Them going back and bringing everything back to the OG feel, and I'm not just with the map, like the actual game itself, the pace of the game, it feels a lot more similar to the OG. It'll never be exactly the same, and that obviously has to do with the fact that just like in Fortnite, for instance, you guys remember back in Fortnite when nobody knew how to build, nobody knew how to do anything. Those are most people's favorite days of Fortnite, and that's just because everybody was kind of more on a similar playing field because everyone was just trying the game for the first time. Same thing happened with Verdansk during the lockdown. That's just, that experience will just never happen ever again because, well, it just won't happen on the same level because obviously people have been playing the game for the last 5 years and your average player has gotten significantly better, but they have brought the pace down enough to really feel it. You can genuinely feel it. I like I said, I've been playing all day and I'm having a blast. So like I said, I really hope you guys, you get the squad together, at least give it a try and make your own opinions, form your own opinions on it. But that's kind of just my overview on the whole thing so far. This year is going to be so much fun, man. I'm going to be grinding out the content. We're going to be posting tons of videos on class setups and inside the minds of Zlaner and all that kind of shit. I'm going to be playing in all the tournaments this year. I'm going to be playing 2v2. I'm currently playing in a 2v2 kill race with Destroy right now. We're having our goddamn way. We're going to be posting tournament videos. We're going to be playing custom tournaments. And if they announce World Series of Warzone this year, we'll definitely be putting a roster together to get involved in that. So guys, I don't know, man, from a couple months ago, servers crashing every game, cheaters in every single fucking game, honestly just going on a store boycott to they're finally starting to do stuff again. I was at the point where I was honestly thinking, like, what are we going to play next? I was playing Marvel Rivals for a full month. I just gave up on the game completely because they gave up on the game. But if I'm being honest with you, it feels like what happened during that time when the cheaters were crashing the servers and it just didn't seem like they gave a fuck. I guarantee you they were putting all their eggs in the Verdansk basket. That's guaranteed what they were doing. They were like, okay, Verdansk is going to be out in a few months. Who gives a shit if the game is complete dog shit right now? We are going to win everybody's hearts back with the release of Verdansk. Obviously, it's unfortunate that we had to deal with that stuff for a little while, but I'm not going to lie to you. Like I said at the beginning of the video, man, I have to give them their flowers when it's actually due. And they fucking killed it with this Verdansk drop. This has been one of the most seamless drops so far. Now, I have to say this as ironic as a bit of an irony in that because right now the servers, there's a DDoS attack on Blizzard right now. So like you could still play on Steam, I think, and console and whatnot, but Blizzard itself is currently down right now, so I'm not even able to play. I just played for 8 hours straight though, and there was no issues, no crashes, no. I was really not running into any cheaters. Didn't run into a single cheater. No dev errors. No, the servers were stable. With the amount of influx of people coming back and it being a new update with Warzone, we're always expecting like, okay, when a new update comes out, there's gonna be the servers are gonna be shit. The game's gonna crash a ton, and there's gonna be tons of game-breaking glitches. And currently, this might be one of the cleanest updates they've ever done. I'm just being real. And again, don't take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Go play the game for yourself. Make up your own mind.